reading intervention. I did historical literacy one year, and they quickly did not make me do that ever again because I did not do a good job. I've been the department chair, ELA department chair. I've been team lead. I've led certain committees and all of those things. So I've done a lot in my years. And it's really, really uncomfortable because Miss Cooper is my inspiration, and she always has been. So to have her in here watching me today, I'm like, oh my goodness. But she's amazing, and if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be the teacher that I am today. So I thank her for that. We shared a closet one year, and we would go through the closet. Help me. But yeah, help me. So I'm going to talk to you all about data chats, but our group is small. It's going to be informal. I do not know all the answers. I'm just going to tell you some things that I do that helps, and feel free to join in, share what you have, so we can all help each other. So the purpose of this is for me to cultivate a classroom culture that invites students to acknowledge where they are while driving them to greater progress through data-driven conversations. So I'm going to talk briefly about my classroom culture and how that helps me with my data chats, because I feel like that is extremely huge as far as when you have these conversations about students' data with them. So we have to do learning intentions and success criteria at our school. So my learning intention is that I understand how to use my data effectively in a middle school environment. And the reason why I preference middle school environment is because I've gone to trainings and they go over how you use your data, and they show you videos, and you look at the videos and they're amazing, but it's elementary. So I left there looking like, okay, yes, she should know where her kids are at all times, because lady, you have 25 kids. And how does that work for me? And I teach over 100 kids. So how can I duplicate that in my classroom? So that's what I'm gonna go over today. Your success criteria is set up my classroom effectively to use my data for curriculum and instruction. I can facilitate one-on-one conversations, and I can organize data to communicate goals and growth to stakeholders. And the reason why I say stakeholders is because it's more than just the kids. Parents, administration, anyone, okay? So I'm going to talk about classroom culture. Classroom culture and the environment is huge. Building relationships is major in everything that we do. Over here I have positive classroom environment. It increases student engagement. It creates a safe place, and it encourages collaboration and participation. And then I have my personal philosophy. The 3 R's are huge to me. It is relationship, relevance, and rigor. Everything that I do in my classroom, I reference this. If it's not working with relationship or relevance, then I don't want to do it. And I just constantly go back to my 3 R's. And what does this mean? If I want to do a lesson, is it relevant? Does it have the rigor? Does it help me to build relationships? If it has two out of the 3, then I'm willing to do it. But if it doesn't, then I need to either tweak it or start all over and find something else to do. And that's just how I go about it. Relationships, I feel, it's just huge. I will say, I'm not the best teacher. I think my kids work in here because they know that I love them and they love me. I'm not going to sit up here and just say I'm this amazing instructor, although I kind of am. But anyway, but you know, it's all about the relationship. And I will have students and teachers will come in here and say, I can't get him to do anything in my room. And he's in your room working his butt off. How? Why? And it's those relationships. And I'm huge on relationships. And then the relevance. I try to make my class relevant. ELA can be boring at times. We all know that. And I explain to them the things that they're going to have you read on TN Ready is boring. They do that on purpose. But I have to figure out a way to jazz it up for my babies so they can be intrigued and so that they want to do something. And if that means that I have to dress up, I will dress up. If that means I gotta stay up all night and make a tutu for the pep rally, I do it and I have on my tutu. If I have to come up with some crazy game for them, I do that. Make it relevant. They love social media, so I have a class Instagram, I have a class Twitter. I post things on there, inspirational things. I take pictures of me like, Merry Christmas to all my babies. Just let them know that I still love you, I'm here. I post them on there, and then sometimes I do reminders. Your project is due. Make sure you have it when you come back. But it makes it relevant, and it's crazy to me how I can hand them the worksheet or the text or whatever, because we don't do worksheets. I can hand them the text and they won't read it. But I post it on Instagram and they have read it. I'm like, it's the same text. Like, just read it for me. They're like, oh no, I didn't pay attention to that. It's the same one that I posted. Oh yeah, I read that one. Oh, okay. So I just do all those things to try to make it relevant. I try to figure out what they like and learn those things and try to incorporate it in my classroom. Fortnite is huge. So I'm trying to learn about Fortnite from my own children so that I can somehow bring it in my classroom, because that's what they like. I think it's stupid. I'm never gonna play a video game, but I have to make it relevant for them. And that's just it. You have to be willing to go that extra mile to get them engaged in your classroom. And then expectations. My expectations are consistent and they are high for all of my students. You come in my room the first day of school, the first week of school, when I'm introducing myself, I let them know you will be successful in my room. All of you. And I hold them to that. And that's it. And if they're not doing what I need them to do, I say, hey, I hold them accountable. What's going on? You're not giving me your all today. I'm giving you my all. I need you to give me yours. And yes, sometimes it works. Sometimes you have those kids, it doesn't work. We don't have an answer for all students, but what I don't do is give up. I might give you a break. And we all have those kids that are difficult. I may give them a break, because I'm like, if I keep trying to work with you, I don't know who's going to leave here, but one of us will. So I might give them a break. But then the next week, I have to tell myself, hey, I got to get back to it. I have to get back to it, because they need it. And I just try to be consistent with all of them. And I hold them accountable in the hallway. I hold them accountable in other teachers' classrooms. I explain to them, once you're my baby, you're always my baby. And I expect for you to act a certain way. So if I see them at Target and you're acting a fool, I say, hey, what you doing over there? Okay? Or I might say, hey, did you do your work? Do you have your assignment? And then I'll walk off, But I just hold them accountable. And I don't mind doing it. And then classroom management. I don't have a lot of classroom management issues, and I never have. And I think it's based off of the relationships that I build with my students. I'm currently the dean here. I'm one of the deans here, 8th grade dean, and I'm gonna be honest, I don't know the steps correctly because I don't give them. I just don't. I've written up one kid this year, and it was for profanity. And it's just because they know you're not gonna come in here and do what you wanna do. We're here to learn. I love you, but you're gonna get focused and we're gonna get to work. And that comes with those high expectations. And I hold them to it. And I understand that they have things that's going on, and I'm willing to listen to them for about 2 minutes. Let me hear you, because all they really want you to do is hear them. Listen to you. I understand. That is rough. Okay. You done? You need 2 more minutes to get yourself together? Yes, ma'am. Okay. Then I'll get back to them. Hey, come on with my lesson. We gotta get to my lesson. We have to. And it may be some kids had a rough day, and I might leave them alone that whole day, but I cannot continue to leave them alone. And that's what we do sometimes. We have those difficult kids, and we just continue to leave them alone. Because, they have a lot going on, yada, yada, yada. Oh, yes, I get that, but we have to get them back to our lesson. And that's just something that I do. And when you build those relationships, it's easy to do. Okay. Any questions? No? Okay, great. You can stop if you want to, Ms. Loretta.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'm pretty sure I could lean it up against this can.
No, it's okay.